Hi, it's Danny here, and in this video I want to give a quick introduction to how to do animations in PowerPoint. I've had a few requests for some of my students on how to do this, so I thought it would be useful to make a video which explains the basics of animation, how to add animations to your screen, how to control when the animations come in, the type of animations you can have, and some simple ways of sequencing and ordering the animations to come on when you want them to come on. So let's take a look. So I've got PowerPoint open here. So basically three types of animation you can control. There's an entrance animation, there's an emphasis animation, and there's the exit animation. So it's the way the object comes onto the screen, the way it behaves on the screen, and the way it leaves. And there's also another type of animation you can control called the motion path, where you control how it moves on the screen. I'll just switch into slideshow mode. So that's your entrance animation. Emphasis might wobble, might grow, might shrink, might do something else, and your exit animation is how it leaves the screen. And there's also the motion path, where you can control how the object moves on the screen. So I'll just go through the basics of setting up animation for starters. So I've got a page here with some dummy text on. I'm going to go to the animations tab here, and you can see these are all grayed out. These are all the types of animation you are able to have. It won't show them yet until I select an object. So let's click on my title text here, and then you can see I've got the animations are now coloured. That means I can add any of these. If I click on that little down arrow just there, I can see all of the types that I currently have on my computer. So these green ones are all of the entrance animations, these are all of the emphasis ones, and these are all the exit animations. Motion paths I'll do in a little bit. If that's not enough for you, then you can go down the bottom here, you can click on more entrance effect, more emphasis effects, more exit effects, and get some more as well. So if I click on more entrance effects, I will then get a whole load more that I can add if I want to. So when I click on any of these, it will give me a preview of what it looks like. I can untick that if I want to turn that feature off, but I find that quite useful to see what it will do. So when I'm happy with an effect, I can say OK. Let's choose one of these from up here. So I'm going to make this one just fly in, like so. I'm then going to click on this text box here, which contains my writing, my bullet points, and we'll make that float in. So it's going to come in like so. And I'll click on my picture as well, and we'll make that one wheel. It comes in like that. I'm going to go slideshow, view the show, and as I click, at the moment these are just set to come on click. So click, 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 click. That's not bad, quite basic, but it'll do the job if that's all I want to do, is have line by line appear. Now I have got some more features that I can change. So if I go back to the animations tab, click on title, you'll notice over here I've got a little thing that says effect options. So with the fly in, I get a choice here, and I can have from bottom left, from left, top left, and so on. So I can change the direction in which it flies in. I don't get much choice on this one, it's one object, it's a single line, but let's have it fly in from the left. It'll come in like that. Now if I click on my bullet points, at the moment I've got my lines here. If I click on the effect options, I've got float up and float down as the options there, but also I can choose whether I want the whole of text to come in one go. So if I click on the effect options, I can choose whether it is coming as one object all at once, or paragraph by paragraph all at once, and the whole thing will come in together. Or I can choose that back as by paragraph. Let's choose something different. Let's click on this one here. The effect options now for the image, I get whether it's one spoke, two spoke. So this will change depending on the animation you have chosen. That one I can increase the number of spikes. If it's a bouncing one, there's no control over that. A swivel one, there's no control. But some of these you will find there is an effect option which you can change there. So anything on the screen can be animated. You can see the numbers here which show you the order in which they're going to appear on the screen. So do a similar thing on here. I'm going to click on each of these. I'm going to add an animation. So I want this to appear. I want the answer to fly in. So if I run my slideshow, question pops up when I click, and then the answer will pop up. Now what I haven't shown you yet is that we have, as well as the animations here, you can bring up what's called the animation pane, which gives you a bit more control over what's going on. So I'm going to click on the animation pane here, and then when the animation pane pops up, I have a little bit more control. I can see the order in which these are going to appear, and I can make my changes here if I want to. So I can change this one to start on a click. I can make it to start with the previous one. I can make it start after the previous one. I can change the options from the click here. I can change the timing and so on, and if I want to I can get rid of it as well. So if I want to remove animations from the timeline, I can click on here and I can click remove. Now what I want with this one is maybe to give you 5 seconds between the question coming up and then the answer, so that, you know, the joke and the punchline. So this one is going to go with a click, but this one is going to go after the previous. If I click on timing, I can set my delay then. So I'm going to make it to be a 5-second delay, and I'm going to say OK. So if I now slideshow and run my current slide, I'm going to click to bring up the joke, then you wait 5 seconds for the question to be read, and then the punchline should appear 5 seconds later. So that's automatic. I haven't clicked there, I've made it do that. So if you wanted to have a situation where you want to have some items to appear on the screen at a set time after each other, then you can just do that. I'll do that again. You choose style after previous, and then you choose the timing, and you can see that's a little clock there now, which tells you that we've got a time duration going on here. This one's got a mouse icon, which means that one goes on a click. Now if I go to the next screen, what I've got here, you can see that I've got 3 objects on the screen, rectangle 1, rectangle 2, and rectangle 3. Now the animations for these are wrong. I can click on the play all to get a preview of what it's going to be, and you can see they're coming up in the wrong order. So I actually want rectangle 1 to come first, so all I can do is just drag it up, and I can drag rectangle 3 down. So if I want to change the order that the animations appear, I can do that. Right, now if I click on play, it will play all. 1, 2, 3. That's still wrong. I want it actually to be around, so I'm going to drag that around like so. And if I can click and play, that comes first, that's this, then this. So you can play around with the animation sequence and make it come in a different order if you want to. So there's ways you might use this. I'm thinking with most of the people I work with, I'm thinking of from a teacher's point of view here. I want to have some questions on the screen and have the answers appear so the students have a chance to guess them. And the way I've done this one at the moment is that I have all the questions are in one text box. So I've inserted the text box there. All the answers are in another text box. I want these to be on the screen at the start, and then the answers to appear one by one afterwards. So I'm going to just click on here, I'm going to choose an animation, and I'm going to make these appear like so. So if I choose my effect options, I want it to come up by paragraph. I want it to be on click, because I'm going to choose when they appear. If I run that show from the current slide, the questions are up, children can answer them, and then when we're ready to go through the answers one by one, I can click, reveal the answer, click, reveal the answer, and so on. Now that's different to what I'm going to do next, which will be that I want maybe to have a question, then an answer, and a question, and an answer, and a question, and its answer, and a question, and its answer, and control when they will come on. So I've got 4 questions and my 4 answers here. I want these to fly in from the left. And with that done, I'm going to click on Animation Painter, and I'm going to click on the other ones to put that same animation onto all of these. If I play that, so what I did deliberately was I went in order, this one, then the answer, then the next one, then the answer, the next question, and the answer, the next question, and the answer. If I'd gone down all the questions first and then gone down all the answers first, it would have made the questions animate and then the answers animate. I want this to go in this sequence. Again, you can then reorder them over here if you want to, because you see it says question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. So if I run that as a show now, I'm going to click on question 1, question, answer 1, question 2, answer 2, question 3, answer 3, question 4, answer 4. So I've got my sequence there. If I wanted to, I could make these fly in from the right. If I felt that's a bit better, let's make that change and come in from the right. We'll make that one come in from the right. We'll make that one come in from the right, just because it looks more fun if the answers are coming from one side and the questions are coming in from another side. Okay, another option you can do as well is, rather than having it come on a mouse click, a random click on the screen, is you can make an object appear when something else is clicked on. So I can actually have buttons on the screen which cause something else to appear. So on this slide, what I've done is I've already added a quick appear animation to these 4 boxes here, and I want them to appear when I click on the corresponding question. I might click in a different order, it might not be in the order top to bottom. So let's start with answer 1 here. I'm going to click on trigger on click of what. Now the way the boxes work is the numbers, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is the order which they've been on. So text box 4 is this box here. So text box 4, when it's clicked, will make that appear. On this trigger on the click of text box 6. On this one to appear on the click of text box 8. And I want this box to appear on the click of text box 10. So again, if I run my slideshow now from the current slide, if I click on question 3 box, then answer 3 would appear. If I click on question 4, then question 1, then question 2. Now that's quite nice if you wanted to have a set of different questions on the screen and people can answer in any order they want. We've kind of gone a little bit non-linear here. I can pick a question and make its answer appear at the right time. The other type of animation is the motion path animation. So I'm going to click on my flying saucer here, click on the animations tab. I'm going to click on the box here and I can have it move in a line or an arc, or move in a circle. I'm going to choose a custom path. I'm going to choose a sort of wiggly line on the screen. Double click to finish, and then that's the path it's going to take. Okay, at the moment that's going to be on a click. So again, if I slideshow from the current slide and I click, it'll move and follow that path along. One thing I haven't mentioned yet, but with the animation pane, you can have a lot more control over how the animations work in terms of their speed, how quickly the objects fly in or move across the screen. If you look on my panel here, go back to this first one I did right at the beginning, the length of these green bars is how long the animation actually takes to happen. So I can stretch this bar out and make the whole thing last 2 seconds. If I play that, it's now going to take much longer to come onto the screen than the next one. I could shrink that down and make it happen a lot quicker, always in a lot faster. You can control the length of the animations like that. You can also go into the timing here, and you can play around with the things here as well. So I can change the delay, I can change the duration of how long that animation actually lasts, whether it repeats, whether it's got a trigger, and so on, all from this box as well. This is where I also can choose, if I click on effect, I can have a smoothing, start to finish. I can choose the direction from here. I can give it a sound if you really have to. Don't, please. But if you really have to, give it a sound. And whether you want it to come in all at once, or by word, or by letter, you can control on there as well if you want to. So animation is quite powerful. There's lots of ways you can use them. Do use them sparingly. I sometimes feel we have like to over animate. You don't have to have a PowerPoint with lots of things whizzing on left, right and centre, but there are times when you want to make information appear gradually, so you don't want to give all the information in one go. You want it to gradually appear. If you are running PowerPoints that you're using in a lesson where you want to have questions and then the answer to appear, obviously you have some control over where you see the questions and the answers. You can make the slides incredibly complex, but sometimes that maybe is that overkill. Hope you found that useful. Please send me some questions if you've got any more questions about the animations. I haven't touched on some of the more advanced features, but I think for now, in terms of how you start with animations, there's a lot there to keep you busy for now. Thank you very much for your time. I'll be back with some more videos soon. So thanks again for watching. Cheers. Goodbye.